Focal lengths are an important aspect of photography and influence how an image is perceived. For example, the 16mm was made for wide-angle photos. It lends itself to landscapes and architecture, while the 70 to 200mm, due to its low distortion, makes it great for wildlife photography and portraits. And the 50mm, well, the 50mm is my least favorite focal length. I just never really know when to use it because it never stands out in any specific situation. I always have another focal length that in my head will do better. Is it good for portraits? Is it good for landscapes? Is it good for street photography? Maybe, but in my opinion, I never find a specific reason to use the 50mm. So today we are putting that to the test. I am challenging myself to go out and take photos with nothing but the 50mm lens and some film. Will I change my mind on the 50mm or will it disappoint me once again? Let's go take some photos to find out. Before we go any further, please subscribe. Only like 15% of you guys are subscribed to the channel that actually watch these videos, so please be sure to subscribe. It helps me a lot. Okay, back to the video. So the whole reason I drove down here to this park was to photograph what's directly behind me. And as you can see, it's under construction, of course. So we're gonna have to make do with what we have. There's another really cool area down over here that I can still take photographs at, but it's under construction. Just very on brand. Let's go find something else then. It smells like weed. Well, today I wanted to try something a little bit different. Trying out a focal length that I hate at a place that I love. I'm going to be trying out a 50mm focal length. I hate 50. I hate it. I'm not good at it. I don't like it. I think it is a bad focal length and I want to try to get good at it. So today I'm going outside of my comfort zone and shooting photos on a 50mm lens. I'm usually shooting a 35 or a 28mm. A couple reasons I don't love the 50mm is that it is really, really tight. Usually I'm very wide. I'm a more wide angle photographer. So to try to dial in the 50mm focal length is going to be interesting. So bear with me as I take some photos here at Cathedral Park in Portland, Oregon. It is gorgeous outside. It's like perfect 70 degrees out right now. I'm going to shoot a couple rolls of film. I just loaded a roll of Fuji 200, so I am excited about that. Beautiful out, so it's going to be hard to screw that up, but who knows? I probably will. This is 50mm that we are going to be using today. It is the 7 Artisan 1.1mm. Kind of crazy lens, so I'm going to give this thing a shot on the Leica M6. Yeah. One thing about the Leica M6 is you actually load the film from the bottom of the camera. You take the bottom plate off and then you drop your film in there, slide it across, and then you have to get it onto this spool on the right side. The first couple of times it's kind of a pain, but once you figure it out, it actually becomes really, really natural. And yeah, Fuji 200, locked and loaded. All right, first photo. First photo is gonna be of you actually. It's very bright out. Okay, tighter focal length again. As in tradition, the first photo of the roll is absolute garbage. First photo out the box. This is me kind of figuring out the next composition and bam. Second photo, always a banger. I really like the symmetry here. I think this photo is really, really good colors and I really enjoy how this image turned out. Here's me quickly realizing that the 50mm is actually very hard to compose images and I am not used to it. That's awesome. Well, have fun. Yeah, nice to meet you. My name is Jake. Joe. Nice to meet you. This guy's so cool. Everybody meet Charles. This might be my favorite photograph I took all day just because talking to him was really cool, learning about his camera and talking to him about photography. So, meet Charles. One more of my good friend Charles. He was shooting on a large format 8x10 camera. Pretty ridiculous. Because I was shooting on Fuji 200, I wanted to make sure that these photos got enough light. Every frame was about f11 and 1/500th of a second, somewhere around there. Really helped get the exposure right for these photos. Cathedral Park is about a 10-minute drive from downtown Portland, and it's really, really cool. Just a nice park with a bunch of activity, people running, walking, biking, stuff like that. Ooh, I like that. That's kind of nice. It crops it in a lot. The way that turns out. Focus on the leaf. 1, 2, 3. It's really tight. And this right here is probably my favorite photograph from the entire roll. Really loved the architecture of the bridge, kind of juxtaposed with the leaves and the tree. I don't know, I just think it made for a really good composition. I really like this photo. That's a very tight frame. So different than what I'm used to. Let's do one more just for safe measures. 1, 2, and 3. It's so tight. All right, gonna take a picture of this road. Looks really cool right here. Road path. This path looks really cool. All right, let's get it. What am I at? 5, 6, 1/500th of a second. 1, 2, and you can't turn the radio down. plane incoming. 3, 2, 1. Also, quick side note, I know this is a photography video, but I really love this frame cinematically. I think this is probably my favorite frame of the whole video. Expose for shadows. 3, 2, 1. Another one over here. I'm having so much fun. Everyone's saying that I need to touch grass. I'm gonna do it right now. I actually haven't sat in grass in so long. Back down. Okay. Oh my God, it's harder than it looks with a bad leg. I hope I'm in frame. My cute little camera all alone over there. Thoughts so far. It's fun using a different lens. You're so used to shooting on one lens all the time that it just becomes like monotonous shooting the same focal length over and over again. Trying a different focal length is cool. It's a cool angle. Bridge never gets old. I keep coming back here. This guy's my hero right here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, getting hot. All right, get up. All right, you have a good one. So later that afternoon, I actually went home and shot another roll completely in my living room on the 50mm. The 50mm is tight, and I noticed it a lot when I was back at home. As you can see in these images, it made everything feel very, very compressed, which can be good for some things and bad for other things. But all in all, it was really, really challenging to find a good composition in my living room. So if you guys have never done that before, again, I really challenge you to go and try that because it was something special. So we are now back from shooting photos, and I am back in my office. I have developed and gone through all of these photos, and I have to say, I am genuinely impressed. Thoughts on the images, I really, really like them. I think that they turned out really, really good. There's some interesting compositions in there, and there's a few things that stood out using the 50mm that I kind of learned while I was using it. Thing number one that surprised me greatly about the 50mm focal length was that it really forced me to compose my images. I had to think about what was in front of my lens and how I was going to frame it to make it look good in a photo. With wider lenses, it's much more natural to kind of just point and shoot. And with the 50mm, I was really trying to have to focus and figure out what composition I wanted with each photo, which I think led to some interesting compositions and made things look different, even though we were shooting in the same location the whole time. I also love how compact the lens was. It was really easy to carry around, and most 50mm lenses are super compact. So that is a plus. It is light and it's small and it's tiny, so wins bonus points there. And lastly, the depth of field on the 50mm made for some really, really interesting photos. I think having that separation between the foreground and the background really stood out in 50mm, and I wasn't expecting that as much as I saw it in the photos. So what are my end results, and did I change my mind? Well, yes and no. There are for sure some other lenses that lend themselves to more specific situations, but I would sometimes choose over using the 50mm. So do I hate it? No. But if you're looking for a lens that will slow you down and make you think more about your compositions, then maybe give the 50mm a try. I really enjoyed making this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little challenge. It really forced me to get outside of my comfort zone, go create something and shoot some photos. If you liked the video, be sure to share it with a friend or a fellow photographer, and subscribe. Subscribing helps tremendously. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.